Good morning. How is everybody? Can everyone hear me okay? All right. All right. I am taking up the volume up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it for our volume. That is it. All right. So, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Coffee Chats. How is everybody? We'll start over again. How is everybody? All right. Today is April the 29th. So I was thinking about yesterday. I was just talking to Jeff about how we had this doom and gloom with the weather yesterday. We were all expecting maybe a tornado and hail, and thank goodness it did not. Nothing came out of that. So I'm so glad. So it is a new day, April 29th. I'll let you know what's going on for the week. I'm going to have Lori come up and discuss, tell us about what's going on with the 1 o'clock art gathering today. And then I'll hand it over to Jeff. I wanted to let you know a couple things. So the new step, I know that it's been making terrible noises and squeaking, etc. And there is something wrong with one of the load shifts on the new step. So we have a tech coming today. So don't worry, it will be fixed, or at least it's on the schedule to be fixed. So that is he'll be here around 1 o'clock today. So my apologies, but we'll get that fixed. The next thing is gardens. I have pretty much everybody's inquiry back for the gardens. If you have a garden, thank you so much, because we will start tilling sometime in the first week of May. So just if you want a garden, there is gardens available. So if that's something that you've wanted to do, let me know. We will get you a garden. I'll let you kind of see what we have, and we can go from there. So that's the two things I wanted to mention. All right, so for the week, so today up in Marion Hall at 10 a.m., Doug Oman is back, and he is talking about Minnesota from the road. Landmarks, travel with photographer and storyteller Doug Oman as he takes us to every corner of the great state of Minnesota. We will enjoy some well-known landmarks and explore a few forgotten gems and on this fun old-fashioned road trip. So that is at 10 a.m. in Marion Hall. Lori, do you want to come up and talk about the 1 p.m. art studio project? The microphone's kind of funny today.
The people that come to the art room on Tuesdays talked about making cards for John, since he will not be coming back as far as the information that I have. We decided that probably there would be more people than just the 6 or 8 of us that come to the art room that would like to send John a card. So we will be down in the atrium this afternoon from 1 to 3. I have, I think, enough supplies for everyone. There are many of the cards that some of you might know about that have pictures on them from one of our past residents that we made into cards. There are those, there are plain cards, so there's quite a selection, and then you can add your own decorations and a greeting and your name. Very simply, I would give it at least 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much visiting you want to do before or after. See you at 1.
All right, what a great way to spend a 1 o'clock hour today making a card for John. He's definitely in our thoughts. What an amazing man. Okay, right. I will let you know what's going on for the rest of the week as well. So Wednesday the 30th at 1 p.m. we have our TED Talks. If there's only one recording, it's an Ian Bremmer special report, and it's called Trump, Europe, Ukraine, and the Uncertain World. So it's a very long TED Talk, so that's the recording at 1 p.m. On 991. 1:30 we have 500, and 7 p.m. we have bingo. Thursday the 1st, it's already the 1st, at 9 and 11 we have our coffee chats. 10:15 we have our excursion to Mystic Lake. That's when it departs. It's 10:15, and there is lots of space if you want to just go and have lunch and bum around. That's a fun thing to do this Thursday. Friday, it's a special Friday for us. There's no exercise this Friday. We have the Thief River Falls Jazz Band back. So yeah, there's so much fun. So it's the Thief River Falls Jazz Band and the Strings Group concert. So that is at 10 o'clock on Friday in the East Lobby. They're just so excited to come back and share their talent. They work so hard to do that. So if you're available, this Friday. 1 p.m. is our recorded coffee chats. Also, we have Bridge and Poker on Friday. 4 p.m. is happy hour. 5:30 is our resident potluck this Friday, and 7 p.m. is our movie. The movie for Friday is My Best Friend's Wedding. When a woman's longtime friend reveals he's engaged, she realizes she loves him herself and sets out to get him with only days before the wedding. So that's a Julia Roberts movie. Saturday, May 3rd, we have a fun excursion. It leaves at 9:45 a.m. It's actually going to the Children's Theater Company, and the excursion, production is Frozen. So that, I believe, is full, but I can double check, but that's our excursion that leaves at 9:45. I will have the tickets printed out, and the van driver can distribute them this Saturday. Monday, 1 p.m. we have Knit and Chat. We have also on this next Monday, if you're available, please join us for a Cinco de Mayo party with entertainment and food, and it should be a lot of fun. It's at 1:30 East Lobby this coming Monday, May 5th, of course. 7 p.m. we have 500 next Monday as well. And that is what I have for the week. Is there any questions? All right. Oh, yes.
Packing up the food from the food drive. Thank you everyone for your cooperation. I'll let you know the results. So far, our fine, the money runs on almost $700. Thank you so much.
Okay, so the food drive raised $700, so there's much gratitude for that. And in addition, the food is being packed up today. And so thank you for all of your contributions for that.
Good morning. A small crowd today. There's only about 180 people. Usually there's about 300 or 400, but I hope it's not because it's the last Tuesday of the month and it's joke and puzzle time.
I think it's your jokes.
Yeah, you shush back there. You have in your possession 2 pieces of string. Let's say that each are a couple feet long, but it doesn't really matter. And they can be different lengths, it doesn't matter either. And they're burnable, like fuses that they used to, light dynamite. Now you could light either end of the string and it would burn. In fact, if you lit one end of the string, it would burn in exactly 1 hour. Okay? So you would light it with the string, the Zippo lighter, and it's lying on the table or on the floor. It would burn right along. It would take 1 hour and be gone. But here's the wrinkle. There's 2 strings. The wrinkle is the strings do not burn at a constant rate. Okay, for example, the string might burn for 2 minutes and then go crazy and burn like mad and then slow down and then da-da-da-da-da. You don't know what rate the string's burning at any specific time. All you know is that in an hour's time, the whole string is burned. It's not linear and not predictable. So the question is very simply with the Zippo lighter and these 2 strings, how do you measure 15 minutes of time?
Why would you?
Who cares? Because it's a puzzle. All right. Okay, so you take string A, light both its ends. You take string 2 and light one end. Okay? Well, what's going to happen? Because you lit both ends on the first string in a half hour's time, that string is going to burn up completely. So you've got a half hour has gone by, and similarly, the other string you lit is going to burn for a half hour's time too, right? If you light the other end of the second string, that's your 15 minutes.
Start with the simple lighter again.
On the first string, you light both ends. Second string, you light one end. In a half hour, both strings have burned for a half hour, right? The one with burning on both ends is long gone.
So you need,
The other end has a half hour left.
you gotta have 2 Zippos.
You can use a lighter more than once.
No, then it would be different duration of time.
At the same time.
Zippo runs
Yeah,
out
then at the
15
same
minutes.
time, or it's not scientific.
Jillian, you were not being asked to participate in the puzzle portion.
Zippo can light.
It's a good puzzle. Okay.
I understand.
Anyway, who said that? I just told you the answer. If you folks can't understand the answer, sit in the back next week, okay?
That's wrong, but I'm not gonna get into it.
Oh, sure, we have a scientist telling me I'm wrong. Yeah, he's probably right. Okay, we've had all kinds of talk recently about the phone system and landlines and cell phones and all that. And we want to keep that going only because we are going to transition to, honestly, we don't know what. But one thing I do know is there are people that move in and do not want to use the landline, period. And so that brings us to the question today, and we don't need to discuss it today, we'll talk about it maybe next week, is the resident directory. And all of you have a resident directory. You get a directory each month if you want, and it's got everyone's number in it.
That's key.
If you don't have a landline phone, are you wanting your cell phone number to go in the directory? And then the question begs, do we even want a directory? Or, and do you want to include your cell phone numbers? Rose Point, our sister community in Roseville, they do not have a PBX phone system like ours. They just have, like we have in our homes, where you had a landline phone or you didn't have a landline phone. If you had, like, I do not have a landline phone at my house. I just use my cell phone. And that's fine. Rose Point, they have 2 directories. One for the staff that has everyone's number in, and then the other for residents that excludes those numbers of residents that don't want their number published. So, we'll talk about that next week, maybe. Does anyone have any thoughts on it right now? Carol?
If there won't be a landline, how will people open the door remotely?
How will people open the door remotely without a landline? We can program the vestibule phone to your cell phone, whatever number you want. Speaking of which, as we speak, there's a company called Minnesota Telephone. That sounds like a very antiquated company, doesn't it, in today's world? They are here, it sounds like a scam. It ain't a scam. They are here working on 991. Which number doesn't work in the West, 990 or 991? 990. We're getting, hopefully we're gonna have all that fixed. And hopefully, and after talking with 2 technicians and the owner of this company, I'm really confident they're gonna be able to help us. They're gonna move us along the camera learning curve, the inserted channels, they're going to be a big help, I hope. So that's where we are. Does anyone have any questions on anything?
Yes.
Ann?
Is there any way that something can be put on the washers so we can tell from our cell phone if there's any washers available? Instead of schlepping our stuff all the way down only to discover there's no washers.
She wants to be able to.
Is there a way that we can identify if there's availability for washers? That's a good question. What,
You could have it in use. If someone actually did it, I don't know.
well,
My grandson, they had it in their dorm, which is,
in the east building, we kind of do.
I know.
We have a light that you can turn on, but is there a phone in the,
Yes, yes.
maybe you just call that phone. And if someone's in the laundry room, they answer the phone and you can ask them. And if there's no answer, maybe we can assume that,
People don't stay down there. Don't assume that.
I know we shouldn't, yeah, is this a puzzle? I know we shouldn't assume anything, but we gotta walk before we can run. It might work, it might not. I don't know if I want to invest a lot of money so that, how often do you go down and they're full?
No, actually, quite a few times. Depends on when you go.
If we don't go when Arena is working, the odds go way up that there's going to be an open machine, correct? All right. We'll keep thinking about that, and that's not a bad idea. Anything else?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Jeff, could you address the mysterious candy dish situation?
The mysterious candy dish situation. The candy dish has disappeared from the west building. Yep. About 3 people empty out the candy dish every time. And we have people that are paying for the candy and it disappears. And rather than sit and scold people for taking too much candy, I don't want to do that. Just let it go. We're not going to deal with it. Sad, but we're just not going to deal with it. What do you think of that, folks?
I think the 3 people shouldn't empty out the candy.
Right? We don't have candy in the East building.
Yes, you do.
We do?
Yes, they do.
Well, I guess they share better in the East. Yeah? So now that that's been, now people will walk from the west and go over to the east. All right.
Whoever scam calls.
Huh?
What about the scam calls? Are we gonna have them bumped off so they don't fall?
On scam calls, if you are receiving repeated scam calls, what we ask you to do is obviously hang up the phone, but write down the exact date and time that you get that call. And after you get 2 or 3 of them, bring them down to Pat, and she can call Pop and report the date and time, and Pop can cross-reference with their records and get the numbers and block them. All right? Oh, how about the Timberwolves? I wasn't going to say anything about them because, no, I don't want to jinx them, and I have my coat on, so that's enough. Hopefully we'll be talking about them and wearing stuff for a long, long time here. Okay, I only do golf jokes once a year, so I get to do 2 of them. First one, Sam Snead's home course. There's this young up-and-comer at the club that can just really, really hit the ball. And they come to a hole that's a dog leg. Does anyone know what a dog leg is? It's just like it sounds. It goes straight and then it goes left a little bit or right. This is a dog leg left. And this young buck gets up and he's going to hit the ball, and he's going to go straight and lay up and then go left. And Sam Snead goes, when I was your age, I used to hit the ball pretty well. I would just go right over those trees. And the young guy takes that as kind of a challenge, and he gives it all he's got, tries to hit it over the trees. Doesn't even come close to hitting it over the trees. Sam Snead says, yeah, but when I was your age, those trees were about 3 feet high. Okay, so one Saturday morning, these 4 old boys are out golfing.
This is joke number 3.
This is joke, yeah. No, joke number 2, isn't it? Okay, so these 4 old boys are out golfing, and they're on a green right by the road, and this old boy's getting ready putt, and he looks up, and a funeral procession goes by, and he stops, takes off his hat, bows his head. Funeral procession goes by, and one of the other guys in the group goes, oh my gosh, that is so touching that you feel that much empathy for that family and stuff, and that person that's has died. That's a great show of respect that you just did. And the guy says, it's the least I could do. I was married to her for 45 years. Okay, Gail Larson has a birthday. Today's the 28th? Okay. She had a birthday yesterday. On May 1st, we have 3 of them. Susan Harris, Betty Preston, and Mavis Kramer. Happy birthday to you. May 4th, Dave Preston. And May 5th, Jeff Friedson and Roger Meyer. Happy birthday to all those. Oh, we've got a Ralph and Bev Van Dixhorn. Happy anniversary. 9 years. 10. Yeah. 2015 minus 2025 is 10. Yep. All right, let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. Have a good week, everybody.